Welcome back, everyone. The Politics of Survival. I am here with some very special guests, and I was on their show a few months ago. The Banks sisters. Hello. How are you, Courtney and Keisha? It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
And Herschel Walker. We have him as
Herschel
well,
Walker as well. That's true.
No, okay. I gotta fess up about Herschel. Okay, because I lived in Athens, Georgia, and I went to high school there. And Herschel Walker is like the most amazing athlete there ever was. Like if you saw him, like I saw him in person when he was young. This is before he went pro or whatever. He in college with Buck Bellew. But also there was something really a story that a lot of people don't know. Herschel Walker is a sexual abuse survivor, and he talked about it in his book, and that was really so he kind of touched my heart in that way. I don't like us. Obviously I'm not a Republican, so I don't match his politics, but one thing that he faced in Athens, Georgia at that time was, and it was right before the 90s, was a lot of racism. There was race riots at my high school, for instance. And he and Buck Bellew was a white quarterback in UG at the time, and they were best friends, as well as really good at making Georgia Bulldogs win the football games, because it's like people talked about it's almost like they connected in some way, and like they just knew how to and Herschel Walker was this amazing dude who could leap over a pile of men. Like I've never seen anything athletically like it, right? But one time I was at a place, I was underage, I admit that. It was it was a bar, like when we were all, but it's Georgia and it's at whatever. So I'm like 16, 17 with other classmates, but they walk in together and the bar went silent. And then there was even a newspaper article because there was such a systemic racism that allowed the establishments to stop being low key, like racist, whereas like in Athens, there was like separate white bars and then black bar. I mean, it was really bizarre. There was no signs posted. It was just this, and I came from Wisconsin at the time in California. So I had really no clue of that type of racism that's so systemic in Georgia. That's just, it's like my brother described it as like, it's not smog there, it's liquid racism. And, so Herschel Walker just did a lot. He was outspoken in his own way back then. So anyway, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent.
What happened to his son?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. His son is like, his son just seems like
a racist black kid. It's weird. Yeah.
Missed whatever experience he had.
Yeah. And then, well, you talk about that. Like, what are you seeing? Because I haven't only seen, is the name Julian, his son? I can't remember.
Christian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Christian. Well, Julian. I wonder if that's his bro. Okay. Anyway, go. So what is your take on that? Like, cause I haven't seen many of his tweets, so I don't know. I just saw one of them. It was like,
we just did a video. We did like a 3-part thing, because we started doing this thing like first impressions. So we did a leftist first impression, then we're like, okay, we got to do a right wing first impression. And what we knew of him at first was more just kind of like just based on his TikToks, I guess, but we weren't really like paying attention. We're just getting we don't watch TikTok, like so just here and there, and like you just knew that he was like a very outspoken like right wing person. But the more that you watch the things that he says, he's like, I feel like he's like gearing up to be Tucker Carlson. Like, I mean, he's very. I feel like he wants a job in TV.
Well, he's privileged, right? I mean, he's very, very privileged.
He's very privileged,
and he's a good-looking kid, and he's well-spoken. Like, I just feel like he's angling for, which is fine if that's what he wants to do. But I just feel like his rhetoric is intense. His
rhetoric is more racist than I thought it was going to be upon like just surface level knowing him, because we talk about, like, we do 3 parts. So another one is we watch him with an interview with Bob the drag queen, and then another one is an interview with Hassan Piker, who's like a socialist leftist.
Right.
And I just found something in that I found interesting is that we kind of like talk about how leftists should be having discussions, and I think that that's true, but it's interesting how Hassan platforming this kid and having him over at his house and everything, they got like takeout together and iced coffees, and it didn't really seem for how racist the things that this kid said, the things he says.
Yeah.
You should like, there should have been more hostile, you know.
It should have been more pushback. There should have been more like deeper
Yeah.
talk about
Right. It was very
why he's getting to that point.
right.
Yeah,
And
like he's not homophobic, is he as well? Or
No.
he's
okay.
gay. Well,
Yeah.
he's gay, but
He
I don't
is
think
gay,
he
okay.
wants gay rights too much. Like he's like, gay people have enough rights. So he's kind of like, he's
Yeah.
like a pick me is what people would say. Like, you know, he's
Okay.
just, he wants to be he's basically like token.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the Republicans are going with, he will find a way, it seems like, to morph it into something that makes sense to him. So he'll make an argument that makes sense to him somehow, even though it might not benefit him as a Black person, he'll still make that argument. I mean, it's got a lot of Candace Owens vibes.
Right.
you know.
It's always like very anecdotal, the things, because he's rich, no other Black people are having a hard time.
Right. yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Right,
pretty much how he
right.
thinks. So
Yeah.
that's kind of him in a nutshell. So it's interesting to like how could he get raised like this? He seems just very self-centered,
Mhm.
you know, and I don't know if that's what Herschel is
But
like,
he
but
That's too bad.
yeah.
I don't know.
He
Yeah,
grew
like
up in Dallas,
too
or
bad.
I think he went to high school in like Dallas or something though. So, maybe he just grew up with his mom and
there are a lot of
Exactly.
rich people, you know, the rich people in Dallas. There's
Oh, yeah.
rich
oh
people
yeah, there's a
there.
lot of there's like old money there. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.